Well, good evening and welcome to another edition of Red Rock 92.7's presentation of Friday Night Lights. I'm David Boyle, Bill Boyle, here for the opening game for the Monticello Buckaroos. They're on the road taking on Utah Military Academy Hill Field in their first football game ever, playing at the Spence Eccles Community Ogden Sports Complex. And it should be a great afternoon of football. It's pretty warm. It's in the 80s. Supposed to be a good wind coming through, so Monticello's going to feel right at home with that, Bill.
Yeah, it is, but the wind hasn't started blowing yet in Monticello too much, but this will be a portend of things to come.
Yes. Yeah, and again, should be a great game this evening. We're getting the eight-man football season started. Of course, we'll have Rhett Sifford and Art Adair on the call for the San Juan game. We'll get you to the San Juan game. They'll have a pregame probably around 6:30, but we're going to bring you Monticello football on 92.7 up until that point. And, of course, you can watch all of Monticello's games at streamutah.live throughout the whole season.
Yeah, it's going to be a great season. Once again, the Buckaroos have a goal to return to the championship game this year in November and bring home a gold trophy this year instead of the silver ones they brought home the prior 2 years.
Yeah, and that starts right here. We've got the two teams on the field warming up. Should be a great season. Again, we had the opportunity to speak with head coach Reed Anderson of the Monticello Buckaroos. Had a lengthy conversation, so we're going to send you to that. And when we come back, we should be just about ready for kickoff. Once again, you're listening to Red Rock 92.7. All right, it's that time of year again. David Boyle with head coach Reed Anderson. Coach, it always, I don't know, sometimes feels like it hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been a while since I've seen you. How's the off season been for the Buckaroos?
It hasn't been too bad. I mean, for the most part, we've stayed healthy and kids have had a good time. They've enjoyed their summer, and I think they're working pretty hard to get back into the swing of things of school and in shape and things like that. Right, the winter sports they're already in condition from the fall, and the same with the spring. And in the fall sports, we kind of got to get them back into running shape. So they're doing pretty good with that.
Well, very good. Well, again, it's the start of a new year. What's the theme this year for the Buckaroos?
Our theme is it's and one. So kind of what are you going to, the normal things that you're going to do to get better in football and in the classroom and as a family member. And then what's the extra thing you're going to do? I'm going to do this and something else. What's your and one? And trying to get those kids to be like just getting 1% better every day, one little extra thing a day that can add up over time and make you a better player, a better student, and a better person.
What have you seen that attitude from your kids since implementing that theme, and what does that look like? Do you have any examples of kids you've seen that have done that and one?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some various ones do that, and I'm hoping that, since we've talked about it and we keep preaching it, that the other kids pick up on the ones that have done it. But you've got kids like Peyton Atathley that, he lives in Moab, and he's been making an effort to try and beat everything. Hasn't been perfect, but for someone that lives that far away, he's certainly gotten a lot better at that. You've got some kids in the classroom that have been there every day. Those sorts. I don't know if I can name those kids, but as football wise, then you've got some people like like Jaden Camacho has been in communication with me all summer wherever he's been, to be like, okay, what can I do while I'm here at this place, and those sorts of things have kind of made a big difference.
Well, very good. Well, let's talk about the team. Of course, you think football, obviously the first position you think about is the quarterback. You guys lost a great quarterback in J.D. McDonald, started almost 3 full years for you. You got a good gunslinger, though, I understand. Tell us about Jackson Keyes and the role he's going to play.
Yeah, Jackson is certainly about as opposite of J.D. as you can get. But one thing Jackson does like to do is throw it and get it out there. He throws a really pretty ball, deep ball, and he's got some touch. And so I'm asking, we've implemented some things to utilize that skill set. Rather, with JD, there was a lot of running options, and a lot of times there was more running than even I called for. He just trusted his legs. Jackson doesn't like to do that, and so we've implemented more options for him to use his strength and use his arms, which actually has been really well. So I think we'll see he's going to have a few growing pains the first couple of weeks, but I don't think it's going to take him very long to settle into the role. When he's out there and he just plays to have fun, he's a pretty tough kid to beat, and he'll complete a lot of passes, which actually helps because we have a kid backing him up that, he was hurt most of last year, so he's a little behind in terms of his reads, but his physicality and his growth as much as he's made and on those reads and things has been tremendous, and it's pushed both of them to be a lot better. So that competition we have right now at that position has, increased both of their skill levels quite a bit.
Well, very good. Who's that backing him up?
Oh yeah, that's Cash. That's Cash Young, and he probably has the ability to run a lot, but I don't really want him to. So I'm trying to keep that in check more so than I did with JD. I figure he'll take his runs when he needs it, but if I can limit him and to where he's focusing on the passes and the stuff that he needs to do, that they're both going to push each other, and then just he'll have that little extra weapon when he needs, but not necessarily rely on it like we have the last couple of years.
Yeah, so talking about that then, does that mean your RPO offense is going to change, or just same plays and a little bit more slinging the ball?
The RPO is going to be a little different. We've added in some third-level stuff that I think Jackson can really thrive with, especially now that we've got some speedsters back. Carter's even faster than last year. Jaden Camacho is pretty quick. You've got, Arturo Gutierrez. You've got Tommy Morrison, who's a big possession receiver who's actually pretty quick. So we've got quite a few guys that are quick, so we can use some more of those deep-level RPOs rather than the shallow ones we've used in the past. And so that'll change that a little bit. But most of the passes will probably stay the same. They're doing pretty good we've been focusing on completing those balls to the running backs that usually those guys are open, and getting the ball into Tavin's hands out in space is never a bad thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you talked about those speedsters, and of course, Carter and Tavin both were in the finals in the 1A 100. So you got some fast kids on your team. That seems to be the theme for Monticello 8-man ball is you get them out in space.
Yeah, then we've kind of shifted our line focus to that as well, as trying to get Chandler, and was a good experiment last year that made a big difference, where we had that fast center that could get downfield and basically lead the running backs 30 yards down the field. Seth Taylor's going to fill that role just nice. And you watch him in practice, and it's a run play, and he's pushing that guy down the field, and once he passes, he releases and gets the safety, and it's pretty good to see. So we're just trying to figure out the other couple roles. Peyton Atathley will fill a role there. He's also pretty quick. We've got Jerem Robinson, who he's going to be a stout body, and obviously Cameron Carpenter will give us some offensive help here and there. And then we've just got a few others that we'll incorporate and figure that line out. But getting that speedy line, too, is also helpful.
Yeah, well, very good. Yeah, you jumped right on to my next question about the line. So it sounds like you've got some things set, but that's one position group, I guess, where you're not really returning a lot of starters. What have you seen from your line in the preseason?
Yeah, we actually returned no starters there, with Tyson going his way, and then our two seniors that graduated. We didn't have a lot of people that played backup last year. That line was pretty stout all year, never needed breaks. We're going to kind of mess around with our line for the first little while. That's going to be our group that probably needs the most work in terms of, are they ready for week one? Seth is probably the one that's most ready. Peyton will get there too pretty quick. And then that other guard spot with Jerem, we might even try an experiment from last year where we'll take a receiver or running back and move them down there, but working on probably more speed than power. We'll still use Cameron Carpenter down there too, but probably more when we're in a tight end set where we need to bump out maybe someone who's a little faster. So that group is going to probably evolve over the first 2 to 4 weeks before we settle into a good rhythm with who we like there and what they can accomplish.
Well, very good. Moving on to skills position, you've kind of mentioned some of those players, but that's where you have the most returning starters on the offensive side of the ball. Talk about the leadership role and the expectations for Carter Rogers and Tavin Black.
Yeah, they both are lead in a slightly different way. They're not very vocal people necessarily. They're very quiet but kind of firm and making sure that people follow their example. They are very good in space, and so that's the hope. We want to get to them in space. I don't know if we'll play a little bit of power football to keep people honest, but their strength is going to be out there in the open. Carter and Jackson have developed a good rapport, and even Cash and Carter have, where they can get the ball into him, and his hands have gotten even better than last year, and we're hoping to utilize that a lot more with the fact that we can throw those. But we still even have capable backups and people that will run in our 2 back sets with Tavin. We've got Landon Shumway, who had a great sophomore season, played a lot of varsity for us in various positions. We're very confident he can step into that role pretty quick and be a great running back for us, great linebacker for us. Our receiving core after Carter and probably Jaden Camacho is we've got a bunch of receivers that are about on equal footing that are fighting for that last spot. You've got Carter's brother, William, or Bean as they call him. He's got a good knack for the ball, not necessarily blazing speed, but he's got good adjustments. You've got Tommy Morrison, who's got some power and his hands have gotten better. You've got Skylar Peterson, who's right there as a senior, fighting for his spot. And so we've got a bunch of those guys, and that competition actually has really helped us. And that's one of the main reasons we went to 8-man, is to create that competition, to push each other rather than settling because you have no one behind you.
Yeah. Well, very good. It's always good to see that, your team pushing each other. Talk about the defensive side of the ball. I mean, that's one thing with 8-man is it can be a lot higher scoring. What is the defense going to look like this year?
The defense, I think we're going to rely at the beginning. We're going to rely pretty heavy on our defensive line. Most of those guys are back, right? You have Cameron, you have Tavin, you have Seth that played a lot there, you have Peyton that played a lot there. So that defensive line is going to have to carry and stop some things early on, because our linebacking core is going to be mostly new. A couple of those guys, Tommy Morrison played some varsity here or there, landed Shumway here or there. But our middle linebacker was still up in the air. The crew will probably rotate around. We've got people like John Lieber, a sophomore. He's a little slippery guy, but he can get in there and he'll hang on. Cash Young could probably fill that role. Any of those guys could fill an outside role and move one of those 2 down. I was honestly most worried about our secondary coming into the year, but we've had quite a few kids step up into that role, and I think it's actually now one of our deepest positions. Once again, with those same skill guys, with Carter Rogers and Jaden Camacho, and Bean, he had that 3 interception game against Monument Valley, and that has given him all the confidence in the world. He has a real knack for the ball. He breaks really well to the ball. And then you even have your sophomores like Arturo, who is very fluid and very athletic, that can rely on that to make some plays. So we're pretty deep in that position. I think the biggest thing is letting our linebackers get the hang of themselves. So if those other 2, the D-line and the secondary, can handle it for the first few games and let them settle, we're going to be in okay shape.
Well, very good. Tell us, about this preseason. Always there's, some sophomores, which is surprising. You've talked about a lot of these kids that have been stepping up, but what's made you the happiest in preseason football? What have you seen that's a sign of growth or progress?
Probably the biggest thing is we have people that can fit lots of different positions, which makes us very able to switch in and out. And even some of our, if we get pushed down, like Carter can come down as an outside backer and he'll be just fine. And so being able to flip-flop people into different places. I mean, Tavin's even played a lot of linebacker. If we need to, he can drop back with our D-line position. So we'll be in okay shape there. And that's the biggest thing that I've liked, is being able to flop people and not be set like, oh, we're missing a receiver and no one else can do it. No, we have a lot of people that can fill those roles and everybody knows it, and so they're really trying to find their mark and make their place, and that has created some great competition.
Well, very good. Tell us about, you mentioned your theme, that and one, getting a little bit better, looking for something else to push yourself. Tell us about the goals of the team this year.
So the biggest one is one of the great things that we've had, at least that first year, and we had it even some last year as well, is you had every game we got a little bit better. So even though the record maybe didn't look like we were doing okay, by the time we got to the playoffs, we were really rolling. And that showed in kind of what we were doing. And so they kind of wanted to keep that going, like not stay positive, help each other out. I mean, our seniors are taking care of our freshmen. We've kind of changed that culture. We don't really look at the freshmen as they're there to, take their lickings like everybody else in the previous years. Now they're there to be built up and to get better. And our seniors have taken a good role in that. And so those sorts of things have created a better culture in that way. And we hope to just continue, becoming, it's a natural in society to be mediocre and just be okay. And so those are the first steps into kind of eliminating that from even our own culture as well.
Well, very good. Well, talked about culture, talked about goals. It's going to be a great year for the Buckaroos. Can't wait for you guys to get started. Another year you're opening up play with a team who's playing their first game ever.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of works out that way, and we know that we'll take care of them, and we hope, I'm sure they're going to give us a great game, and we hope to give them a great game. Win, lose, or draw, but we like to make that first home game for those teams that join a memorable experience with somebody that appreciates that appreciates their sacrifice of starting this new and understands. And so it's kind of a line that's always been us the last 2 years. I can't say it always will, but those two schools, they've worked hard to get that, and so we're really appreciative. St. Joe's is going into year 2, and they're going to be just fine. They're going to be a lot better than they were. And so things are looking up there.
Well, very good. Well, it's exciting. It's exciting the league exists, and you guys have a full season ahead of you. Anything else you want to mention before we let you run, Coach?
Nah, come out and enjoy, and come see the games, and come see your fellow community members, your neighbors, and cheer them on.
Very good. Again, we've been speaking with Coach Reed Anderson, head coach of the Monticello Buckaroos, and they're just about ready to get started with this first game of the season. Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, and we welcome you back to Ogden Eccles Sports Complex. We're just about ready for this game to get underway between the UMA Thunderbirds and the Monticello Buckaroos. We've got the national anthem, looks like, is just about ready to begin, and we'll be underway. How you feeling, Bill?
Feeling great. This is going to be exciting. As you can see, if you're watching, as ROTC is doing they're doing a Pledge of Allegiance right now.
Very good. We'll be back.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance your home or property? Ask for the professionals at Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency. Anderson Oliver Title has provided title insurance and real estate closing services in San Juan and Grand Counties for 25 years. Anderson Oliver Title isn't just another out-of-town company. It's the only locally owned and operated title company in southeastern Utah. The owners and employees at Anderson Oliver Title are excited to support our communities and are proud to support high school athletics and activities.
Tailor-Made Wooden Heritage is the Four Corners source for high-quality, beautiful, and long-lasting custom residential and commercial cabinetry for over 50 years. Tailor-Made Monuments designs custom monuments and headstones crafted with care and artistry to honor your loved ones for generations. Tailor-Made is family-owned and operated and offers competitive pricing. Call them today for a free quote. 435-678-2523. Tailor-Made Wooden Heritage and Tailor-Made Monuments, proud sponsors of San Juan High School sports.
No matter what you've got planned for the weekend, a home makeover, a landscaping project, a backyard barbecue, your neighbors at Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding have what you need. You'll find great buys on paint, tools, and yard and garden supplies, not to mention grills, patio furniture, and pool care essentials. We carry top brands like Clark & Kensington, Craftsman, Scotts & Weber, and our helpful associates can answer all your questions. For national brands and local expertise, you can always count on Red's Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Let's talk cancer. Monticello, Utah. If you lived, worked, or attended school in Monticello, Utah from 1941 to 2002 for at least 3 years, you might have a higher cancer risk from uranium tailing exposure. Apply to get a free cancer screening today. One screening could bring peace of mind to you, your friends, and family members, help spread the word, and save a life. Screenings are available for a limited time through San Juan Public Health. Call today, 435-587-3838, or visit sanjuanpublichealth.org to apply.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
You want to do them?
Well, good evening. We welcome you back to Ogden and the Spence Eccles Community Sports. I don't know, there's like 5 names to this, Bill.
Spence Eccles Community Sports Complex.
There we go. Bill's got the name. It's where San Juan opened their season last year. They played a game against Layton Christian at this field, so familiar for the equipment for Red Rock 92, but that was Rhett and Art. Of course, they'll be broadcasting a game here in about a half hour. They'll have their pregame show and the opening game of the season for the Broncos at 7. But we're going to be broadcasting up until that point. And, of course, we'll be broadcasting the entire game on streamutah.live, so you're able to watch the action. And, man, we're excited to bring it to you. Glad that you've joined us. And, yeah, we're getting close to getting underway here.
Another year of football. This is our 4th season broadcasting high school football on Red Rock 92 with streamutah.live. It's been great, and we look forward to another successful season.
Yeah, should be a fun time. Yeah, we can hardly wait. And now the team's on the field, shaking hands. As again, this Utah Military Academy at Hill Field, 2 schools. This Utah Military Academy, one here in Hillfield, Ogden area, the other at Camp Williams in the Lehigh area. And Camp Williams had a rough welcome to A-Man football. It was a 72-0 loss for them to the Water Canyon Wildcats. And Monticello hoping to get another win against one of these schools, but it'll be interesting to see how this game shakes out.
Yeah, it really is. As you would imagine, a first-year sports program, the roster for the Thunderbirds is heavy on underclassmen. There are 9 freshmen out there, 4 sophomores, solitary senior. And it was similar last year. St. Joe started football, and they had a roster that was heavy on the underclassmen, and we'll see that again today.
And we will see Monticello kicking off to start the season. It's John Lieber. Buckaroos.
Yeah, here we that's I don't know, is that an omen?
Ball.
Before the first kick, the ball blew off the tee. We've had some gusty winds here. Hasn't been really bad, but it was enough to throw that ball on the ground.
Yeah, the Bucks brought some wind with them. As Lieber will kick this one away. It's a short kick.
It's a live ball.
Down to the 30, and UMA will cover it up there and start their first possession at the 32-yard line. So Monticello on defense to start the season.
Yeah, just a 2-yard return there. 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds on their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like on the defensive line for the Buckaroos, there's the nose guard, Cameron Carpenter. Looks like Peyton Atathley and Tavin Black will also be out there on the defensive line. Linebackers, we've got Tom Morrison, John Lieber out there. Jaden Camacho playing corner. We'll get the whole defense introduced as UMA comes up, man's in shotgun. He's got 2 backs behind him. And here's a snap. We'll hand off to one up the middle, and it's going to be a loss. There's going to be 2 flags thrown at the end of the play.
He spun around like he may have had a horse collar or a face mask.
Yeah, so
he was hit behind the line of scrimmage. It looked like it was going to be a loss of 1 maybe, but They call that a personal foul, a 15-yard face mask penalty against Monticello. Will move the ball pretty close to midfield and give a 1st and 10 to the Thunderbirds on their first play from scrimmage.
So another 1st and 10 for UMA as they move the chains on their first play. Again, it was a loss, but the 15-yard penalty puts them right there at the 48-yard line, 52 yards out for the Thunderbirds. And we've got a false start. Took a while for the official to call it, as there's a bunch of different players moving at different times, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against UMA. Quarterbacking for the Thunderbirds is Caden Thomas. He's a junior, number 2. So 1st and 15 now for the Thunderbirds. Here's the snap. Thomas will hand off up the middle, and he's met right there at the line. Looks like
Finally goes down about 3 yards behind the line, but they're going to mark it at a 1-yard loss.
I think that was Tom Morrison first on the tackle, but there were a bunch of Buckaroos right there,
including big old Cameron Carpenter. And when you run into Cameron, your forward progress is pretty much done.
Yeah. 2nd down and about 16 now. Here's a snap, and ball is on the ground. There's a fight for the ball. There's a flag on the play. And UMA does recover it. But again, we're looking for the call. An illegal shift against UMA. I think Monticello, I think they're going to decline it.
It's going to be 2nd and 21.
No, I guess maybe they are taking the penalty because we've been playing the 2nd down play quite a bit. All right, 2nd and 20 for UMA. They've got 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They are looking to pass across the middle, and almost grabbed by Jaden Camacho. It was overthrown, unable to pull it down, and it'll fall incomplete.
Jaden had a pretty good vertical leap there. It looked like it was well over his head, and he jumped up and was able to tip it, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, Coach Josh Keyes has got to be happy to see that vertical maybe will come in use in the basketball season.
Yeah. Tavin Black was really putting some pressure on from the defensive end side on this near side.
3rd and 20, Monticello showing blitz and bringing it, and Cameron Carpenter and John Lieber are going to drop the runner for a 5-yard loss.
Boy, John Lieber got to the ball about the same time the runner did, and hit him and stopped him. Another, looks like a 4-yard loss. Nice play there by John.
And they are doing a substitution, and again, it's obvious it's UMA's first game. There was some confusion about how they're going to go about this punt, but I think that they've got 8 men out there now.
It's 4th and 26.
4, 5, 6, 7. Now they've only got 7 out there, so Monticello has numbers in their favor.
Here comes the 8th.
And here's the punt. It's away. About the 45-yard line, Carter Rogers going down the far side. And is he going to get the corner? He is. Carter Rogers will open up scoring for the Buckaroos, returning that punt for a touchdown.
47-yard punt return by Carter Rogers, or 53-yard punt return by Carter Rogers, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown for the Buckaroos. 8:50 remaining in the first quarter. The clock is still running.
Yeah, again, it's the first game for a new program, and so they are. And then the UMA's lined up on the wrong side of the ball, with I think about 9 kids on the field. Again, it's just one of those things that growing pains. This new program's going to figure it out. But Monticello takes advantage. First time they touch the ball, they take it all the way to the end zone for 6. And too many men on the field for UMA. That's going to be a penalty.
And the clock is still running on the extra point attempt.
John Lieber is ready to kick this ball for the Buckaroos. He'll be on kicking duties for Monticello. Kick is up and short, and will be no good. So 7:45 now remaining in the first quarter.
The touchdown was with 8:50 remaining in the first quarter, and now there's 7:45. We had an extra point attempt, which is no good. Makes the score 6-0 for the Buckaroos, and they're going to kick off again.
Well, very good. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
Life is a series of cherished moments, filled with milestones that define our journey. Moments of love, joy, and shared experiences. Each moment contributes to our story. As each chapter unfolds, our experiences shape us, defining who we are. When it's time to celebrate a life, ensure your loved ones are remembered with the grace, dignity, and individuality they deserve. San Juan Mortuary, celebrating life, honoring memories, transcending tradition.
Well, welcome back. Again, we're here in the first quarter, and it's a 6-0 lead for Monticello. Buckaroos will be the third kick for John Lieber. His PAT was no good, but his first kick went about to the 35-yard line. Here's another kick. Wind at the back. This one will go and off the pads of UMA, but Thomas will collect it for the Thunderbirds and return it to about the 34-yard line. That's Caden Thomas, the quarterback. And Monticello maybe signaling like they have the ball, but that's what you do, I guess, if you think you can pull the ball away at the bottom of the pile. But it will be UMA's ball, their second offensive possession, starting at the 35-yard line.
Have some good-sized linemen out there, a couple of juniors and a sophomore for the Thunderbirds. Yeah, you've got your first game jitters. You've got that always happens, but when it's your first game ever, it compounds that a little bit. This is the third year in a row we've had first game issues.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we were here when Rich and Monticello played in the very first 8-man football game. Last year, we were here in Ogden when St. Joe played in their very first 8-man football game, and now we're here with Utah Military Academy in their very first 8-man football game.
And their very first time out, and again, it's related to just getting the right personnel on the field. And again, it's one of those things, we talk about these freshmen and sophomores for UMA playing their first game. It's not only that, but they haven't played any JV games last year or CT, so it's all new.
They never played live full contact football, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you had some
some
transfers,
of them transfers,
but with only one senior on the team, you can assume these are kids that if they wanted to play football, they may be somewhere else. So it takes time to build a tradition and so forth. Utah Military Academy, as David said, there were 2 campuses really tied to the facilities here. Hill Air Force Base here in Ogden. This is called the Hill Field campus. And then in Lehigh, they have the Camp Williams campus. But we saw the ROTC do the the Pledge of Allegiance. They have a very active ROTC program, a lot of academic success. They've had great success, as you can imagine, sending graduates to the military academies. I saw they have 20 military academy placements out of the enrollment here. So
interesting.
It's a successful school that's been around. It's growing with 2 campuses. It's growing that it's joining football. I think the enrollment's a little bit larger than a traditional 1A school, but 8-man football is not bound by enrollment necessarily.
Yeah, it is a 2A school in their other classifications, but getting introduced to football, they're in the 8-man ranks, and happy to have them here. And that's something Coach Anderson again said in his pregame interview is, hey, we love welcoming new teams into the league, and they like giving them a first game if they can. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, second offensive possession for the Thunderbirds. And don't know what the officials are
we've added
waiting on. Looks like they're doing
10:42 on the clock, which is I know we've played more than a minute and 18 seconds, but
10:32. Had a stopwatch on them. Oh, now they're changing it again.
I showed that the touchdown was with 8:50 remaining in the first quarter. It shows 9:50 now, but there were a running clock in the first possession too.
Here's a pitch to the outside, and Monticello is going to sniff that out.
John Lieber led the way, but there were a whole pack of Buckaroos there in the by the end.
Yeah, Jerem Robinson in there, Seth Taylor helping in on that tackle. So
guess it'd be a whole herd of Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got a change on the defensive line. Cameron Carpenter still in the middle, but Seth Taylor on the end, as well as Jerem Robinson. So Peyton Atathley and Tavin Black subbing out.
The Buckaroos had 10 seniors who graduated, and so there's a lot of holes to fill and so forth. Last year, Chandler Henderson moved from a receiver into the line, and they plugged him in. He did a great job, and I think Seth Taylor has a kind of a similar role here. So we'll see Seth in different places, and he's got good size. He looks like a good 8-man defensive end, and he's there playing it right now.
So 2nd down and 12 for the Thunderbirds. Here's a snap, and it looks like kind of a broken play. Jerem Robinson almost tracks him down. The quarterback, though, nice run. Now he loses the ball, and UMA will cover it up.
Tommy Morrison just about sniffed that out, but he got around him. Is on the ground, a live ball, recovered by UMA, but after a loss of about, looks like they're 7 yards, it's going to be 3rd and 17. Total offense so far for the Thunderbirds is negative 12 yards.
Yeah, Monticello's defense is bringing pressure. Monticello's offense with 0 yards.
Yeah.
Carter Rogers returned that punt. And
Jackson Kais is asleep on the sideline.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wake him up to come out and play.
Here's a big throw downfield, and Carter Rogers tries to high point it, unable to pull down the interception, and it'll fall incomplete. Brings up a 4th down.
4th and 17.
So 4th and 17, and see what the Thunderbirds draw up. They had a kind of a, last time when they punted, they brought in 3 men, took 3 men out. But
Monticello doesn't have anyone deep.
Yeah, they may be going for it here. And they will. He's looking to pass, throw across the middle. And
set flag there.
Yeah, Jaden Camacho got there well before the ball. And so that's something the Buckaroo coaching staff doesn't like to see. But that'll be a penalty against Monticello.
That is 5 yard in front of the line, in front of the line of scrimmage is where the ball landed. Going to call it penalty against the Buckaroos.
And it'll be a first down.
Automatic first down.
Yeah, and again, that's one of those things. If Camacho had just been able to, stay right there and make a tackle, it'd be a turnover on downs. And so there's been 2 first down for UMA, and both of them have been a result of penalties against the Buckaroos. So I know that's something that Monticello is going to look to correct.
And the coach looks brilliant now that he called for him to go for it, and they needed 17 yards. They got 15 yards, but still get an automatic first down.
Well, they're signaling 4th, so it was a 15-yard penalty, but not an automatic first down, it looks like. So 2 yards to go for the Thunderbirds on this 4th down. They'll look to pass. Pressure coming. Pass across the middle is up and incomplete. And so that should be a turnover on downs.
On the defense there. So the White Hats signaled a first down, but it was just a 15-yard penalty that made it 4th and 2. The Thunderbirds had a pass. It went over the receiver's head. And so Monticello will take over 1st and 10 at the Thunderbird 43-yard line. So great field position. For the Buckaroos. And Jackson gets the snap, hands it to Tavin, who has a circle, can go around the left side.
Yeah, and he's got the corner, and he's down to the 10-5 touchdown. Monticello Tavin Black takes the ball from Jackson Kais, goes 43 yards off the end into the end zone.
Nice play, nice call. It's nice to have a wider field than a normal 8-man field, so you have that corner, but you see what speed will do for a team. These are two Buckaroos who were in the finals of the 100-meter dash in the track season. No one's been tackled yet. Carter Rogers all the way into the end zone on the punt return, and Tavin Black all the way into the end zone on the first play from scrimmage. So we've got 12-0, 7:31 remaining.
Monticello going for 2, and they'll just rugby scrum, snap the ball, and push it in. Didn't even see who took the snap there.
Looks like
and it was Jackson Kais. So Jackson will bring it in for 2, and that makes the score 14-0, 7:30 remaining in this first quarter. Just a report we got, San Juan's game is set to kick off at 7, but they've got a bit of a delay, so that may be closer to pregame at 7. And
my phone's been buzzing on weather alert. I guess people listening have an easier way to access that information than we do.
Yeah, we've got a sunny evening here in Ogden, but we understand it's pretty rainy, pretty gloomy back in San Juan County. But if you're a Buckaroo fan, you're feeling pretty sunny.
Yeah, the sun's shining on the Buckaroos so far. 14-0, 2-touchdown lead, and we've had 1 play from scrimmage for the Buckaroos.
Yep, so Monticello will be kicking away once again. We'll take a quick break and be back here on Red Rock 92.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
All right, welcome back. 7:27 remaining in the first quarter, and John Lieber set to kick again. His
fourth kick of the day.
His foot he's getting a little sore.
You know, John was very fun to watch last year. Is probably the smallest player on the field as a freshman. He's a sophomore, and he's shown that he's going to be a contributor to this Buckaroo team throughout the season, his sophomore season.
Good kick, and it's going to go over the head and going to go into the end zone.
No return on that.
So UMA will take the field for the third time, and again, they've had picked up a first down with a penalty, but otherwise have not moved the ball forward other than penalties against the Buckaroos. 14-0 lead for Monticello here early in the first quarter. On the field for the Buckaroos, looks like Peyton Hatathley and Seth Taylor at the ends, Cameron Carpenter at the nose position. Landon Shumway, John Lieber, as well as Tom Morrison at that linebacker position.
Peyton Hatathley is a new face aside from the freshman for the Buckaroos. He comes in from Moab every day, and the coach was quite excited about him and the contributions he may make.
Yeah, I remember he was in the school last year, and remember Coach Adair telling me he was hoping to get him out on the wrestling team, and so hopefully we'll see some more of Peyton. But he's had a good showing as well early in this game. But it's been hard to find a Buckaroo who hasn't played well here in this first part of this first quarter.
Yeah, the offense so far has been Seth Taylor snapping it to Jackson Kais, who gave it to Tavin Black.
Yep.
You know, and that's been it. 1 play from scrimmage.
So again, it's 14-0. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout to hear from some of our sponsors and be back here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Welcome back. First and 10 for UMA. They'll look to pass. We got a new quarterback out there, and he's just running, trying to find daylight, unable to do so. That's
Davian Tisnado, a freshman. So he did a pretty good job of dancing away from initial pressure, but still they caught him in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 1 yard. Make it 2nd and 11.
Taylor in on that tackle for the Buckaroos. And again, just good swarming to the ball by Monticello.
Other seniors that the Buckaroos lost from the roster last year, of course, J.D. McDonald, a 3-year starter at quarterback. Mason Atwood was a force on the line. Zach Thane, linebacker, and a receiver. Caden Chief, Quinn Nebaker, Dominic Padilla, Thomas Fulmer, Robert Borison, and Caleb Coleman.
2nd and 12, and Trevino will take it again. John Lieber, though, is going to track him down and drop him. That might be a gain on the play. Peyton Tathley there as well.
Yeah.
On the tackle.
Another
Nope,
loss
it's going to
of
be a
one.
loss of 1. It was close to the back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback looked like he had like a setup to follow his line to the right and then tried to cut it back. And again, we talked about pursuit and John doing a good job being disciplined and not over pursuing the play.
And the freshman quarterback really had some good lateral motion there. Looks like good footwork, but he's undersized, and the bigger kids are going to track him down.
4 receivers now for Tisnado, and he'll step up and be thrown down.
Peyton Tathley.
Tathley, nice tackle.
Yeah, he looked good out there. That was a nice play by Peyton.
Bringing some medicine for UMA. So Tathley. 5:30 to go in the first quarter.
That's pretty good, David.
Thank you.
I didn't know that till this week, that Tathley means medicine man.
Yeah, medicine man, yep. Yep, yeah, Peyton, nice tackle for loss, and 4th down and 15 again. It's just been a struggle for UMA, and
Still
as you
no
expect.
one deep.
Yeah, it looks like
Carter's going to go back.
They are going to look to pass across the middle, and they'll have a flag thrown from the back judge at the 45-yard line, about 25, 30 yards out, calling a
Jaden
PI.
Camacho again on the defense. I was looking at Rogers bearing down to lower the boom, but apparently the call's going to be defensive pass interference again, and that will be a first down because I think they were 4th and 14.
Yeah, it was close. I think that that's one of those things too. You commit a penalty, the officials are going to be looking for it. I think that was pretty close, whether or not he got there early. But they're going to call it. And so 1st down and 10 for UMA. Ball at the 31-yard line now. And all this game has happened on this side of the 50. Low rolling snap, and Tizito's going to get caught in the backfield. Cameron Carpenter and John Lieber.
Man, it was like Pac-Man there, Cameron Carpenter. He just swallowed up that freshman quarterback.
Yeah, Davian Tisnado, I don't know that he would. He may see John in the winter on the wrestling mat. I don't think he'll plan to see Cameron Carpenter, all 285 pounds of him bearing down.
If he's the last guy to walk out on the mat.
Yeah. Well, again, another loss for UMA. That's a 4-yard loss, and again, just good defense from the Buckaroos.
Total offense for the Thunderbirds is negative 20 yards. They haven't had a positive gain, but they've had 3 15-yard penalties, which have
now pressure coming. Tisnado's got a lot of pressure coming. He's going to throw this ball away.
I think the intended receiver was here in the press box.
Yeah, and they're talking it through, and it is going to be a penalty against UMA. Not a receiver in the area. Heads-up play to get rid of the ball, seeing 5 Buckaroos chasing you down, but you got to throw it a little bit more forward next time.
Yeah, there were a bunch of Buckaroos there. Peyton Tathley was probably getting the closest to him. So if self-preservation is the goal, that was a smart call. But they're going to call it as grounding, but Monticello's going to decline the penalty.
No, I think it looks like they're well, I don't know. No, they did accept it because that counts as.
Yeah, so they declined it, so it just becomes 3rd down,
okay.
as if it was an incomplete pass.
There we go. Monticello will decline again. 3rd and, what would you say, 14?
3rd and 14.
UMA with 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, and running back behind the quarterback. It's Tisnado, and sends a man in motion. Hands it to him on a sweep, and Cameron Carpenter and John Lieber will combine for a tackle.
Seth Falashi is the runner for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, and I think I like the way that play developed for UMA, but he's got to be a little bit faster to get that edge. Cameron Carpenter pushing his man back right into him, and Lieber and Carpenter once again combining for another tackle for the Buckaroos.
And another 1-yard loss for the Thunderbirds. .308 remaining in the first quarter.
Fourth down and 15, and they're going to be close to not getting a delay of game. They don't. Quarterback looking to throw, and
he did it again.
Camacho, yep, the back judge is going to call it. And he looked like he was maybe reaching for his flag, decided against it, but the back judge threw that flag, and it'll be a penalty.
Yeah, that's going to be the third defensive pass interference penalty against the Buckaroos. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and it'll probably give them another first down by about an inch. Yeah, 1st and 10.
Thunderbirds now to the
60
41.
yards and penalties against the Buckaroos. And the Buckaroo offense, they're going to need to come out and stretch out to get ready to play.
Yeah,
2:48 remaining in the first quarter, and that quarter has had one play from scrimmage for the Buckaroo offense.
Well, we'll get this play called. 1st and 10 for UMA. 2 receivers on either side. Quarterback will take the snap. Pressure coming. He'll step up. Nice way to avoid it. Now a good throw, but it's going to be intercepted.
Tommy Morrison with the interception.
Tom Morrison is going to be tackled down at the 39-yard line is where they mark him. So Tom Morrison with the interception.
Preston Fenton with the tackle from behind. So the Buckaroos will take over at their 37-yard line of the Thunderbirds. Nice interception there by Morrison. Man-on-man defense, and he stepped right in front and caught that ball and headed out. Second turnover. Well, I guess that's the first turnover. We had a punt return, a run from scrimmage, and then an interception here by Morrison. Get the ball to the Buckaroos.
Yeah, 14-0, 2:30 remaining in this first quarter. Buckaroos will come to the line. Jackson Kai is the junior leading the Monticello offense. Jerem Robinson and Peyton Atathley is the guards next to Seth Taylor. And we've got, here's a snap, it's low. Kai's looking to pass, he'll load up, throw, and it'll fall incomplete. Looking for Camacho, unable to find him.
Jaden ran to get the ball. He's going to wear himself out.
So 2nd down and 10 for Monticello. Ball at the 39-yard line. And again,
Carter Rogers and Camacho are receivers on this near side. Tavin Black is the running back behind Kai's.
Tom Morrison is a tight end. Here's a throw to the right side.
That's
it's Carter Rogers. He's looking to get the corner.
And he's got it.
He will get there all the way. Touchdown.
39-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Kais to Carter Rogers. Carter ran about 34 of those 39 yards, a crossing pattern, and he went to the corner and all the way into the end zone. And with a minute 48 remaining in the first quarter, we have a 3-touchdown lead for the Buckaroos.
And Monticello set to attempt a kick here for this extra point. There's snap, kick is up. Lieber got all of that one.
No good, went far to the left.
To the left. So that'll be 20-0 is the count right now. Monticello up here in the first quarter. Take a quick break and be back here on Red Rock 92, streamutah.live.
Compared to the vocational schools of the past, today's career and technical education courses span nearly every industry, including health science, business, digital arts, and computer science. CTE students learn valuable, real-world technical skills with a solid academic foundation while exploring career options or pursuing their passions. Did you know San Juan School District offers 19 CTE pathways for secondary students? To learn more, talk to a school counselor or CTE teacher today.
All right, welcome back. It's a 20-0 lead for Monticello, 1:48 remaining in the first quarter.
3 plays from scrimmage, scores 20-0. The sprinters for the Buckaroos, Tavin and Carter, haven't been tackled yet.
Seth Taylor to kick this one away. And it'll squib and bounce to about the 20-yard line, picked up. And Thomas with it and for the Thunderbirds, and he'll get about to the 25-yard line. So once again, we'll have a UMA first down. They've had the ball almost the entirety of the quarter, and penalties against the Buckaroos have turned a lot of near 3-and-outs into extended possessions, not necessarily drives. They're not picking up a ton of yards, the Thunderbirds, but they are keeping the ball, and then Monticello's only run 3 plays from offensive line and with offensive possession of the ball and scored twice.
Scored on 2 of them, and it's as 8-man football develops and we become more familiar with it, playing 8-man football on a regulation 11-man field really gives advantage to the team with speed, because you've got that extra width of the field in both sides, and that's shown today. All 3 of those touchdowns getting the edge and heading into the end zone.
Here's a pass play for the Thunderbirds, and Jerem Robinson will track down the quarterback.
And the ball's on the ground. They're calling it dead.
Yeah. Ronnie Harris jumped on the ball, so had the ball come out, it would have been a turnover.
Caden Thomas, the junior, back behind center as the quarterback. Really nice defense there. Hit that ball, knock it loose, but it was after he was down. But good defense there. We have a positive play from scrimmage for the Thunderbirds, a 1-yard gain, and that's the first play from scrimmage that's had positive yards for them. So a 2nd and 9.
Two receivers either side for the Thunderbirds, and it will be a pass play. They'll load up, and throw is behind the receiver.
Out in the flat to Jackson Woodson is the intended receiver. Nice defense for the Buckaroos by Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, Tom was right there. And it falls incomplete.
3rd and 9.
.30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And a 3rd and 9 for UMA is maybe the last snap of what's been a long first quarter.
Yeah.
38 minutes.
Unless you're on the Buckaroo offense, it's been a nice, relaxing first quarter.
Yeah. Here's the snap. UMA looking to pass. Will throw across the middle. Falls incomplete.
4th and 9. Another incompletion. The best offense for the Thunderbirds has been holding the ball. When they punted it the first time, it was returned for a touchdown, so they've gone for it on 4th down 3 times and had these offensive or defensive pass interference calls that kept the drive alive in a couple of cases. That didn't quite get to a first down in the other, but I tell you, it's hard to avoid falling behind if you're going for it on 4th and long deep in your own territory, which is what the Thunderbirds have done after that initial punt return for a touchdown by Carter Rogers.
Here's a snap. Look to pass, throw across the middle, and it is caught. And you can hear this home crowd is real excited as they convert once again on 4th down.
15, 16-yard pass.
Jaden Camacho on the tackle.
Caden Thomas on the pass.
And again, we're behind the home crowd here, so you heard the excitement there. That's their first big play, and they'll let that go into the end of the quarter. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter here on Red Rock 92 and stream Utah.live.
Utah State University Blanding lets you have it all. You can earn a highly regarded degree to work in a rewarding career, all without leaving the Four Corners. Plus, we have some of the lowest tuition in the state and multiple scholarships to help you pay for your education. Explore programs in health professions, social work, nursing, criminal justice, and so much more. Join us for events and learn more about our resources at blanding.usu.edu.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers students to gain the technical, business, or college skills necessary to enter the workforce. At San Juan County Adult Education, adult learners are given the opportunity to reach their personal, educational, and career goals. Students can earn a high school diploma, obtain a GED, increase their wage earning potential, and decrease barriers to self-reliance. To learn more, visit any USU Learning Center in San Juan County or email Gina Grover at jgrover@sjsd.org.
The Chris Black Agency is a proud supporter of Monticello High School sports. Chris has been with Farmers Insurance for more than 35 years and writes all lines of insurance, from autos to homes, life insurance, ATVs and boats, and business. Customer service is the agency motto, with offices in Monticello and Moab. Come by at 97.
All right, we welcome you back. It's 1st and 10 for UMA Thunderbirds as they move the chains. On 4th down, they'll hand the ball up inside, and Monticello's right there to swallow it up. That's Ronnie Harris, Jerem Robinson in on the tackle for the Buckaroos to start the quarter.
And Tommy Morrison came in to clear it up.
Yeah, he
Clean
did.
it up at the end. It's a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. You know, those PI calls you could on that first down. I think Carter Rogers was there, but he was going to be very careful not to hit the receiver.
Yeah.
Kind of enabled that catch.
So 2nd down and 12 for the Buckaroos. Here's a snap. It's low. UMA will pick it up. Oh, and hitting the backfield. Ball's loose. Landon Shumway.
Landon Shumway just crunched the quarterback there, knocked it loose.
I don't know what.
Going to call it a dead ball?
I mean, he did not. He let go of that ball before he hit the dirt. But
Landon Shumway, man, he came barreling down. There were 3 linemen and 4 Buckaroo defensive linemen going for the ball. So you had an out of balance set right there, and Landon came roaring in and hit him awfully hard. He dropped the ball, but I guess they called it that he was down before he fumbled it.
So 3rd and about, what would you say here, 15, 16?
Yeah.
Here's a snap, and looking to pass. Thomas across, a nice completion, and into the open field, and they're going to get a 1st down.
Connor Walton, the only senior on the roster for Utah Military Academy, was the receiver of that pass from Caden Thomas. And that was a nice play, a nice completion, nice throw, and nice turn after he caught it. That was nice.
As it was Will Rogers on the tackle for the Buckaroos. And for the first time, UMA's over the 50-yard line.
They played the first half in the north end of the field. Now we're playing the second half in the north end of the field.
1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. Here's a snap. It's low. And Thomas looking to pass. He'll throw across the middle, and it'll fall short of the intended receiver. Good pressure coming from Cameron Carpenter and others for the Buckaroos. Again, it's a 20-0 lead for Monticello. And 2nd and 10 coming for UMA. But again, Thunderbirds, this has been a good quarter for them. They've picked up the 1st down and did so right before the end of the last quarter. So things are trending the right way for UMA, but they got to get this play in.
Already starting the count, and they're not quite to the line of scrimmage yet. I guess they've got 10 from the count.
And it looks like quarterback will take the snap. It's low and throws it, and it's behind, knocked down by Camacho. And he made the adjustments he needed to, as he was right there with the ball and just knocked
reached
it down.
in and knocked the ball down rather than knocked the receiver. And another incompletion there makes it should be 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 10.
Yeah. 8:30 remaining in the first half, and a 3rd and 10 coming for UMA.
Caden Thomas, the quarterback there, his initial reaction is just like he's freezing because of the defensive pressure, but he recovered and threw a pretty good ball, and it's just nice defense by Jaden to knock that down. 3rd and 10.
Here's a snap, looking to pass, pressure coming, pass is thrown, and
Oh,
Landon
very nice.
Shumway will high point the ball from his middle linebacker position and knock it down.
Yeah, that was thrown into the downfield, but Landon was right there at the right place, and really nice defense there. 4th and 10. From the Buckaroo side of the field, they looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, it's
It's
worked
a
out
little
for him
bit
last
less
time.
risky this way in the other side of the field.
So 4th and 10, ball is
On the
low,
ground.
snap is, now the pass is caught and knocked loose. I think intercepted. Carter Rogers, yeah, they're signaling that Rogers caught that interception, and it'll be a turnover, 4th down regardless, but Monticello will take over.
They're going to call that an interception by Carter Rogers. Turn the ball over, 42-yard line. 41-yard line of the Buckaroos is where they'll take over.
First and 10 for the Buckaroos. Well, looks like we've got some camera issues. See if we can take care of those.
All right, Jackson Kai's behind center in the shotgun. 2 running backs behind him. Receiver on either side, gives it to Tavin Black. He goes right up the middle, turns left, switches right, and it's off to the races for Tavin, who's headed all the way into the end zone. That speed is incredible. 59-yard touchdown run by Tavin Black gives the Buckaroos their 4th touchdown of the game. And once again, Tavin Black and Carter Rogers have yet to be tackled. And it just shows what speed can do. That was right up the middle. A really nice cut to the right after there was pressure on the left, and it was off to the races, and Tavin outran the defense and all the way into the end zone. 59-yard touchdown run by Tavin Black. 7:48 remaining in the second quarter.
And 2-point conversion. Landon Shumway will take the handoff and go into the end zone for 2. 28-0 lead for Monticello, 7:42 remaining in the first half. We'll take a break and be back here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
The Chris Black Agency is a proud supporter of Monticello High School sports. Chris has been with Farmers Insurance for more than 35 years and writes all lines of insurance, from autos to homes, life insurance, ATVs and boats, and business. Customer service is the agency motto, with offices in Monticello and Moab. Come by at 97 South Main in Monticello or call 435-587-2230. Let's go Bucks.
Jones and DeMille is much more than civil engineering. We're shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West.
Working together to build relationships that go beyond the project. Shaping the quality of life.
Together.
We're Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
All right, and we welcome you back to StreamUtah.live and Red Rock 92's presentation of Friday Night Lights. Once again, the San Juan Broncos supposed to kick off at 7. They're a little delayed, so Rhett and Art will take that pregame here momentarily on Red Rock 92, StreamUtah.live. We'll have this game as the ball is loose on the
Still on the
kickoff
ground.
and finally gathered by UMA. Tom Morrison now in on that tackle at the 30-yard line.
Caden Thomas was the returner there, but Of that 7-second return, 6 of it, the ball was on the ground. 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds.
And the officials are talking.
30-yard line.
Monticello maybe thinks they've got the ball. Yeah, it is Monticello ball. So Monticello did recover that ball, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Buckaroos.
And the Buckaroo offense is out there. I don't know if the Thunderbird, half the offense and half the defense are there. I think there's more than 8 players. No, there's 8.
And they'll send some players off. Monticello is ready to go. Thunderbirds are not. And they're playing a two men down. And they're going to use a timeout here to try and get the right personnel on the field. Again, some growing pains for the Thunderbirds. And Monticello, once we come back, we'll have the ball 1st and 10 here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
Empire Electric is excited to sponsor the student athletes of Monticello High School. We know sports help build athletes' character, and that carries over to the classroom. Empire Electric believes education opens opportunities, and we offer financial assistance to co-op members for higher education and vocational training. We also provide leadership growth opportunities for high school juniors through the Colorado Youth Tour and a leadership camp held in Steamboat Springs. Ask your counselor how to apply or check out eea.co. Go Buckaroos!
Again, welcome back to Red Rock 92, StreamUtah.live's presentation of Friday Night Lights. It's the Monticello Buckaroos taking on Utah Military Academy at Hill Field. Playing this game in Ogden tonight. Monticello, after scoring off the kickoff, they forced a fumble, and they'll have the ball in the shortest field position they've had all season, all game.
Season.
1st and 10 at the 30. Jackson Kai's in the gun. He'll hand off, and it's Landon Shumway will go up the middle, and he'll be tackled. That's the first tackle of the season against the Buckaroos as Shumway picks up 5 yards on 1st down.
Landon, I think, is going to have an important role. He's been getting good time at running back for his 3rd year now. I mean, he was in the backfield running quite a bit as a freshman.
2nd and 5 for the Buckaroos. Kai's in the gun, and he'll send Carter Rogers in motion. Here's a snap. It's high. Jackson just pulls it down. He says, Tavin, be a lead blocker for me. He goes off the left side, and Kai's will run out of bounds.
About the 13-yard line, it looks like. That'll be a 1st and 10. The first down for the Buckaroos.
Yeah, and that looked pretty good for a broken play. The snap was high. Jackson, by the time he pulled it down, he wasn't able to throw the ball to Rogers or do what he necessarily was intending to do, but he still picked up some positive yards on the run.
And a 1st and 10. You know, Tavin was looking like a lead blocker on that. Anyway.
Pass to Rogers, who slips out of a tackle. He was in the flat. He was contacted just about 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and he worked through that and got to the end zone for 6. 34-0 is the score. 6:40 remaining in the first half. And here comes the extra point team. And John Lieber will kick for the Buckaroos. Will Rogers holding the ball. Here's a snap. Hold and kick is up, and that one is going to sneak in, and it's good. There's a penalty in the backfield. We'll see. Talking to the Buckaroos, I don't know if that's going to be. We'll see what it is.
Roughing against the Thunderbirds. The Buckaroos should be able to take the extra point. And when your season's theme is and one,
gotta get one.
You got to get that one. And they are going to decline the penalty.
Or maybe they'll apply it on the kickoff. Not sure, but the 1 point, the extra point does stand for Lieber, and that makes the score 35-0. Monticello over the Thunderbirds.
Of course, if the half ended with this score, we'd have a running clock in the second half.
Yep.
Thunderbirds could still score and get it under that 35, and we'd have a regular clock in the second half. But
yeah, so Monticello wants this margin going into halftime to keep the clock running and get some underclassmen some playing time in the second half. But it's been a good start of the season for the Buckaroos, just about as efficient as you can be for an offense. That drive starting at the 30-yard line. A couple runs by Shumway and Kais, and then the pass to Carter Rogers gets in for 6, and Monticello lead 35-0 with 6:40 to go in the first half.
great first half for Carter Rogers. He's got 3 touchdowns. An interception. Hasn't been tackled yet.
And again, we'll be getting you to the San Juan game here just in a bit, and maybe even got you there at this point. But it's streamutah.live is where you can watch the Buckaroos all season long. And Monticello ready to kick. Seth Taylor to kick this ball away.
Just got word Monticello's had a half an inch of rain in the last hour.
It is hot here in Ogden as Taylor's ball will skip into the end zone. Monticello and UMA Hillfield, they're playing on a turf field, so I think that's part of why Monticello hasn't wanted to go down. I understand that's a little bit more painful when you get tackled on turfs. And
well, as far as Carter knows, it's just that's still the rumor because he hasn't been tackled
and
yet.
Tavin, yeah. So, it also makes for greater speed as well. So that's, again, favored Monticello in this first half. Into the end zone, so it'll be kickback and with the ball here at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Got 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Quarterback with the running back on his hip. Gets a snap, looking to pass, and will pull it down and try and get the corner. He's going to be escorted out of bounds by Tom Morrison for a loss.
It's the freshman quarterback, Davian Tisnato again. It's going to be a loss of 1, it looks like. No, maybe loss of 3.
Yeah, so 2nd and 13 coming for UMA. Again, Monticello had a really great start, and really like what you see offensively. The one complaint you may have if you're a Buckaroo fan is penalty department. That's really hurt the Buckaroos on the defensive side of the ball. 2nd down, now a pass up across the middle. It's going to be intercepted, and it's Will Rogers.
Bean Rogers
into
the end zone.
That was something Coach Anderson talked about. He's got a real nose for the ball. He had 3 interceptions in a game last year, and this one he intercepts and takes to the house. So a defensive touchdown for William Rogers. He's behind his brother on special teams and offensive touchdowns, but he's got him beat in defensive touchdowns.
Because it's a pick 6.
41-0 is the score for the Buckaroos off the Will Rogers interception. House call. And now he'll hold the ball for John Lieber. And holds good. Kick is to the left. Going to be no good. So the score does remain 41-0. Monticello over UMA Hillfield.
Boy, he broke on that pass really well. Caught the ball. Brought it in all the way into the end zone. Great play there by Bean Rogers to get into the end zone. About the only thing he did wrong, he didn't have his mouth guard in. I saw the line judge go over and remind the coach that make sure his kids have their mouth guards in. Kind of looked like Steph Curry there for a while.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't throw it up here in the press box, though, we're not going to complain. Again,
sell it on eBay.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to buy that, but we do have some sponsors to thank this evening some folks that are making these broadcasts possible all year long for the Monticello Buckaroos.
Yes, and they include Primary Residential Mortgage. They can structure the best deal with 30 years of experience and know-how. Napa Motor Parts has everything you need at their stores in Monticello and Blanding. Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of local sports and a great way for your kids to start. Pick a Stitch Embroider, a wide variety of quality products. They can customize and personalize them all. Dependable Auto, Brad Stoddard and crew get the job done at Dependable Auto Repair in Monticello.
Landon Shumway to kick this one away for the Buckaroos. And that's a good kick down to the 20-yard line. It's going to be received by Thomas, and he'll run it back and be pushed back at about the 30-yard line.
Landon Shumway started the play by kicking the ball and ended the play by tackling the runner.
Skylar Peterson was in on the tackle as well, the senior for the Buckaroos.
Yeah, there are 5 seniors for the Buckaroos on this squad, including Carter Rogers, Skylar Peterson, Tavin Black, Jerem Robinson, and Cameron Carpenter.
So 1st and 10 for UMA. Jerem Robinson out there on the line with Cameron Carpenter and Peyton Natathalie. Carter Rogers and Jaden Camacho playing defensive back.
Cash Young there in the middle linebacker position.
Yep, with Landon Shumway and Tom Morrison. So 1st and 10, they've got 2 backs with the quarterback. Here's a snap, it's low. He'll hand off, ball is fumbled and picked up by UMA. Cash Young and Tom Morrison will wrap up the lineman who got the ball off the bounce. Loss of 2 on 1st down. Make it 2nd and 12. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
41-0 is our score.
Yep, Monticello cruising towards their first win of the season.
In their first game of the season.
Yeah, next week will be quite the challenge, though, as Monticello will rematch the title game in Monticello against the Rich Rebels. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a snap and received by the quarterback. He'll throw a high ball, and it'll be incomplete. Camacho.
The back judge who's called all those defensive pass interference, he's got his eye on that
Jaden,
play and
fell
incomplete.
Yeah, Jaden doing a nice job hand fighting, and again, it's a credit to him that the officials have called that a few times, so they're looking for that, and the fact that he was able to high point that ball and knock it down is a testament without that penalty.
That ball was in the air for a long time too.
3rd down and 12 for UMA. Here's a snap. Quarterback looking to pass. Throws across the middle and almost pulled down.
Skylar Peterson there, really nice defense. And
yeah,
it was behind him a little bit. Almost, he got it hit him, but he was going in the other direction.
So that'll bring up a 4th down and 12 for UMA. And again, they've gone for it and converted quite a bit, most of those on penalties, but
yeah,
they've moved the ball a little bit, especially here in the 2nd quarter. 2 receivers on the near side. Quarterback gets the snap. It's low, picks it up. Pressure coming, fumbles the ball.
It's on the ground.
On the ground. We'll see who grabs it.
The Monticello ball either way.
That is Peyton Natathalie, I believe, who ended up with the ball. Maybe it was Cash Young. Couldn't quite get the angle from up here, but that's like you say, going to be a turnover either way on 4th down. So 1st and 10 for the Buckaroos, and even better field position.
Boy,
as they'll start
when
at
you
the
start your
21-yard line.
possessions at the 21-yard line of your opponent, that's a way to get into a hole real quick.
Kai's in the gun. He's got Tavin Black with him on his left hip. Gets it, throws it to Tavin in the flat. It's a little bit behind and falls incomplete on 1st down. 2nd and 10 for the Buckaroos.
The clock running on an incomplete pass. I don't mind a running clock.
2 receivers on either side. Kai's all alone. In the backfield, gets the snap, looking to pass, throws, and he's got Morrison, who will spin out of a tackle and go all the way in for 6. It's Tommy Morrison catching that ball, a nice spin, and then into the open field and in for 6.
You know, you could really see the advantage of having a receiving core with really with a whole handful of receivers who can get the ball. Tavin was on one side, split the far side, and then here on the near side, that ball, he could have thrown it to any one of 3 different receivers, and Tommy Morrison got the catch and spun out of it and into the end zone for another touchdown. John Lieber gets another chance here. The ball is down, the kick is up, it's blocked.
That's number 2 for the Thunderbirds, Caden Thomas, blocking that kick. So it keeps the score.
It's 47.
47-0. Monticello up here in the first half against UMA in their first football game ever. Getting a not so warm welcome into the 8-man leagues, but we've seen some good things from UMA in their first organized game.
Yeah, you know, and this is a military academy. I would imagine that one of the hallmarks of this team in future years is going to be their discipline and precision, you know. But when you're playing a sport for the first time with underclassmen and all those details that you work out over time, they haven't had a chance to do that yet.
1:39 to go in the first half. Monticello once again kicking the ball off. Lieber to kick for the Buckaroos. That one is knocked down, and that's again, that is something where the front lineman for the Thunderbirds saw the ball around and chased the ball down, and Monticello is going to get another turnover off the bottom of the pile. It's number 20.
Skylar Peterson.
So the senior with a nice defensive play last series, and then gets the turnover, and Monticello will set up.
You know, the thing is, on a kickoff, that's a live ball whether the lineman touches it or not.
Yeah.
And in a kickoff, there's a big open field, particularly if you've got 8 players and a wider field, that going for, man, you've just got to make sure the kids know that that is a live ball and you need to jump on it as soon as you can.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for the Buckaroos, ball at the 42-yard line. Now it's Cash Young in at the quarterback for the Buckaroos. Young gets his first snap, gives it to Tavin Black. Tavin bounces to the right side, and it's going to be.
They're going to call him.
He's going to go out of bounds eventually.
Tavin Black has been tackled in this football season. It's 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining in the first half. It's going to be all the way down to the 18-yard line. It's a 24-yard carry. Or reception. Oh, he handed it off. That was a run by Tavin. 24 yards, good for another 1st and 10. In fact, it's 1st and 10 from the 18.
Cash Young again quarterbacking now for the Buckaroos. He'll throw a nice ball over the left side. Carter Rogers steps to the outside and gets the corner. Carter Rogers, another touchdown for the Buckaroos. And really nice. The defender was right there in front of him, and little stutter step, goes to the outside and gets in for 6. Carter Rogers again showing off some good speed for the Buckaroos.
Boy, no doubt about that. What a game.
1:12 remaining in the first half, and once again we got a point after attempt for the Buckaroos. Will Rogers to hold the snap, and it's down. Kick is up. Oh, and that one hits the crossbar.
Hit the crossbar. Did not go in. 53-0 is going to be our score. 1:12 remaining in the first half.
We'll take a quick break and be back here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
San Juan Building Supply has offered a full range of building supplies to San Juan County for more than 32 years. From the start of your project to the finish, San Juan Building Supply has high-quality products for all your needs, and they can deliver. Drop by 1050 South Main Street in Blanding, call 678-2000, or visit sjbs.com. San Juan Building Supply, a proud sponsor of our local teams.
All right, Monticello ready to kick off once again. Landon Shumway to kick for the Buckaroos. 72 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Shumway's kick, and it'll be fielded at the 20-yard line. And a tackle made at the 30, so a nice return for UMA, 10-yard return, and they'll set them up 1st and 10. Under a minute to go in this first half.
Be out to the 31-yard line is where they'll take over. Clock running between sets. It shouldn't, but again, we're going to be used to a running clock here by the end of the game. 53-0 is our score.
Clock stopped with 32 seconds in the half. UMA is without timeouts, so even if they could move the ball, they won't be able to stop the clock. But again, a 53-0 lead for Monticello here in the first half. 30 seconds to go. Thunderbirds with the ball. An option play to the right side, but nothing doing. Cash Young and Ronnie Harrison on the tackle for the Buckaroos.
There were about 16 people on that pile. Half of them in blue shirts, half of them in white. Going to be another loss on the run. Looks like a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. 30 seconds remaining in the first half.
UMA
this
again.
I formation.
Yeah. There's a snap. Ball, I think, is on the ground.
Waving at Dad. Looks like they're about to give it to Monticello.
Yeah. Cash Young comes up with the fumble recovery for the Buckaroos. And 22 seconds remaining in the half. Monticello will get another possession.
Well, we can assume that if Carter Rogers touches the ball, it's going to be another score. Hasn't been tackled yet.
Yeah. First and 10 for the Buckaroos. And Cash Young will be quarterback. Look like it's mostly underclassmen there now for the Buckaroos. He'll hand off. Going off the right side, now cutting up. Nice run.
Freshman Miles Coleman all the way inside the 15-yard line.
10 seconds remaining in the half.
15-yard carry there by the freshman running back, Miles Coleman. He was running with some desire to get into the end zone. Almost did. That'll be the last play of the first half. 53-0 is our score here in Ogden at the Spencer Eccles Sports Complex. This game between the Monticello Buckaroos and the Utah Military Academy Hill Field Thunderbirds.
Very good. Well, we'll take a break and be back with second half action here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
Building a state championship team requires a lot of hard work and dedication on the part of athletes, parents, and coaches. Although receiving a trophy is an amazing experience, even more important is the personal character and strength that students can develop and then use throughout their lives. It is important for our youth to be involved in whatever positive and healthy activities they can be, and it is important for parents and community members to support them. By providing opportunities for positive involvement, teaching skills required to be successful in that involvement, and by giving recognition to our youth when they use those skills, we are helping reduce the risk of youth substance abuse and suicide in our communities. Whether it is a state championship team, learning to play an instrument, excelling academically, or simply learning to work hard and believe in themselves, the benefits gained from those efforts are great examples of increased protection against unhealthy behaviors. We need to work together as parents, teachers, families, and community partners to make this happen. Let's do this!
Here at Lisle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lisle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
Compared to the vocational schools of the past, today's career and technical education courses span nearly every industry, including health science, business, digital arts, and computer science. CTE students learn valuable, real-world technical skills with a solid academic foundation while exploring career options or pursuing their passions. Did you know San Juan School District offers 19 CTE pathways for secondary students? To learn more, talk to a school counselor or CTE teacher today.
Blue Mountain Foods is Monticello's hometown grocer and a proud supporter of our schools and sports teams. Blue Mountain Foods offers a full-service meat department, fresh deli, bakery, curbside pickup, and more. Check bluemtnfoods.com for weekly specials and online shopping. Blue Mountain Foods is open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday at 64 West Center Street. Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has strived to be the best place to receive medical care in southeastern Utah. In 2019, San Juan Hospital was recognized as a top 20 rural hospital by the National Rural Health Association. With clinics in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley, San Juan Health offers a wide variety of services and world-class care close to home. Visit sanjuanhealth.org today to find out more. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Dennis today at 435-558-5635 to fill your tank while prices are low. Diamond Propane provides bulk or residential propane and sells or leases tanks. That number again is 435-558-5635. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Main Street Drug and Boutique in Monticello is an enthusiastic supporter of our local schools. Under new ownership, Main Street Drug still has the same friendly and professional staff to meet your every need. The boutique features lots of neat items: clothing, jewelry, candy, seasonal items, home decor, men's gifts, and toys. Stop in to 140 South Main Street, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Main Street Drug and Boutique. Trusted care from people you know.
Hello, this is Dave's phone. Leave me a message at the beep.
Hey, Dad. I just drove past the park you took me to on my 10th birthday. Remember how we fell into the stream? I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. Call me back. Love you.
Reminding someone of their worth is suicide prevention. Learn more at liveonutah.org.
Super busy households need super fast internet, and Emory Telecom has just what you need with this special back-to-school offer. Right now, new customers get their first 4 months of Emory Telecom eFiber internet free. No term contracts, free installation, and equipment. Give us a call right now, 270-4021 in San Juan County, 259-8521 in Moab, or visit emorytelecom.com. Emory Telecom, Southeastern Utah's strongest, fastest internet connection.
Life is a series of cherished moments, filled with milestones that define our journey, moments of love, joy, and shared experiences. Each moment contributes to our story. As each chapter unfolds, our experiences shape us, defining who we are. When it's time to celebrate a life, ensure your loved ones are remembered with the grace, dignity, and individuality they deserve. San Juan Mortuary, celebrating life, honoring memories, transcending tradition.
Well, good evening. We welcome you back to StreamUtah.live's presentation of Monticello football, and the Buckaroos up 53-0 at halftime over Utah Military Academy at Hill Field. It's the Academy's first football game, and Buckaroos have been putting on a clinic on all sides of the ball and built a 53-0 lead. Bill's got some first half stats.
As you can imagine, they're all Buckaroos. Carter Rogers is the story so far. He's got one interception that was returned for a touchdown. No. Had one punt return that was returned for a touchdown. 3 catches that went for a touchdown, and 1 interception. Tavin Black has 2 carries, 2 touchdowns, 102 yards, 2 for 2 for 2.
I think he's got 3 carries because he was pushed out of bounds.
He was tackled, wasn't he?
Yeah, pushed out of bounds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he only gained 24 yards on that one too. So, I mean, it's just been all Monticello. Jackson Kai's completed 3 of 5 passes for 91 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cash Young, 1 of 1 pass for 18 yards and a touchdown. Tommy Morrison has a catch for a touchdown and 21 yards. William Bean Rogers has an interception return, a pick 6, 20-yard return into the end zone. So it's been all Buckaroo's defense, really several interceptions by the Rogers brothers, and fumble recoveries by Cash Young and Hatathley. So all Monticello. Defensively, the Buckaroos have been strong. The total rushing offense for UMA in the first half, negative 36 yards, and they've had 1 play that gained 1 yard on the run. So it's just been a dominating defensive line, help from the linebackers to shut down UMA's rushing. UMA has completed 2 passes for 36 yards, but it's just 2 passes of 13. Completed 2 of 13 passes. Defensive pass interference has been the bane of the Buckaroos so far. They've been called on 4 separate penalties, 15-yard penalties, 60 yards in penalty yardage. But aside from that, a dominating first half by the Buckaroos, who are replacing 10 graduating seniors. So there's a lot of new people in new places, and it's been quite efficient. Again, there's only been about a dozen offensive plays from scrimmage, and in those they've scored 6 times. So, but the Buckaroo offense has looked good. The Buckaroo defenses have been smothering defense. I think the story here is a brand new, first time ever football game for Utah Military Academy Hill Field, and some of those first game jitters.
Yep, and Monticello has again jumped out to this big lead. It was a long first quarter and a long first half, but the second half should go a lot quicker. We'll have a running clock in the second half. We got about 6 minutes to go until halftime, so definitely stick around. It'll be a fast-moving second half, and may see some underclassmen for the Buckaroos as well.
Yeah, we saw Cash Young come in, the sophomore, second-string quarterback, and his first play from scrimmage, he throws a touchdown pass. So
yeah,
it's good play there by Cash. He looked good on defense. Really, a lot of Buckaroos have looked good out there, and again, filling spots, filling big holes of a team that made it to the state championship game and graduated 10 seniors. It's a pretty good start for the Buckaroos in this first half of the first game of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, it's Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live's presentation of Friday Night Lights. Monticello with the big first half lead. We're going to hear from some more sponsors, and we'll be back with the second half action. Bill's got a few sponsors to thank before we play some commercials.
We have a lot of sponsors. We appreciate them. They make these games possible, allow us to travel 350 miles till tomorrow when we travel 350 more to go home. But to bring these games to you, these sponsors make them possible. They support the programs. They certainly would appreciate your support too. They include Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the landscape and the quality of life in the rural Intermountain West. Four Corners Regional Care Center, a skilled nursing and rehabilitation facility in a comfortable caring setting. Crowley Construction, dirt work, road construction, driveways, any job, big or small, give them a call. And Creative Floors in Blanding, covering all of San Juan County for all your carpet and flooring needs.
Thank you. Again, these broadcasts are brought to you by these local businesses. We really encourage you to give them your patronage as they make these broadcasts possible. Again, we know we see the numbers. Lots of folks watching this first game of the season rather than making a trip all the way up to Ogden. And we're glad to be able to do this to bring you the games. And again, hope that you'll support these kids, these businesses that support these high school students. Once again, it's Red Rock 92 StreamUtah.live. We'll hear from some more sponsors and be back with the second half here on Red Rock 92.7.
For almost 20 years, residential construction has been our focus at Lee Contracting. Specializing in remodels and additions, we can take your house from ground to finish, and we can handle your new construction and concrete needs too. No job is too small for Lee Contracting. Give us a call today at 435-459-1314. Lee Contracting is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Desert Rivers Credit Union is proud to team up with the communities in our corner of the state. A nationwide network of ATMs and branches, full line of mortgage products, local decision-making, low fees, and great rates for every credit score are just a few of the things we bring to the team. And to top it off, we are for people, not profit. Come by and meet our team at one of our 4 branch locations or visit desertriverscu.com. We love our communities and are proud to support our youth.
You don't have to be sidelined by sports injuries in San Juan County. Precision Rehab provides physical therapy in Monticello and Blanding, as well as Montezuma Creek and Monument Valley, where our therapists have helped athletes of all ages get back in the game since 1996. Precision Rehab is dedicated to restoring you and your loved ones to peak performance when pain and injury slow you down. We offer innovative, effective treatments that make a difference. Treatment is covered by most insurances, including Medicare. Call 435-678-3869 for an appointment. That's 435-678-3869. Or find out more at precisionrehabutah.com.
Compared to previous vocational classes, career and technical education courses now span nearly every industry, including automotive, welding, health science, business, digital arts, computer science, and more. CTE students learn valuable, real-world technical skills with a solid academic foundation while exploring career options or pursuing their passions. Did you know San Juan School District offers 19 CTE pathways for secondary students? To learn more, visit a CTE teacher or southeastutahcte.org.
Did you know a nuclear power plant needs just 2.2 pounds of uranium to produce as much energy as 3 million pounds of coal? Energy Fuels' White Mesa Mill in Blanding is becoming America's hub for a clean and reliable energy future. They're revolutionizing the way we power our world by harnessing the incredible energy contained in naturally occurring uranium to fuel clean, carbon-free nuclear power. Visit energyfuels.com to see how they're energizing tomorrow.
Jones and DeMille is much more than civil engineering. We're shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West.
Working together to build relationships that go beyond the project. Shaping the quality of life.
Together.
We're Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Well, good morning, or excuse me, I'm used to welcoming you back to the morning show.
The Red Rock Morning Show.
It is not morning. It is 7:30 here in Ogden as the sun's starting to go down.
I think that the Thunderbirds fans are in mourning.
Yeah.
53-0 is the score. The scoreboard says 54-0, but I've counted 53.
Yeah.
I ran out of fingers to count on, too. It was a high-scoring first half.
And Monticello looks like they chose the direction they want to play in rather than choosing to receive the ball in the second half. They're slated to receive the ball, but they are kicking away to UMA to start the second half. And they will start on defense. It's a big kick from number 23. It's returned to the 30, and now down the sideline. And UMA is going to get their first touchdown of their program history on a kick return for a touchdown. Thunderbirds on the board. Trying to get the number of that player.
Number 11.
Tall guy.
Preston Fenton, a junior. All the way to the end zone. Boy, that was a first nice move, too. He had good speed.
That's 33 or 32 coming in.
Oh, it's not number 11, huh?
Yeah, it's 33. Connor Walton, the senior for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, and he's the receiver who had a couple of really nice catches, too.
Yeah, so he got the corner and scored for the Thunderbirds.
Spun out of a tackle attempt by the Buckaroo kicker, who's not on our roster, assuming he's an underclassman.
Yeah, we got a lot of underclassmen playing for the Buckaroos now. As we get the second half underway, we'll have a running clock in the second half, and that clock is running now even as UMA gets ready for their point after attempt. 10:30 remaining in the third quarter, and the clock is running after one play and the kick return for the Thunderbirds.
Number 99, Ian Petito, is set to kick. Boy, converge, and it is no good. 53 to 6.
Getting back in there in the backfield. But yeah, that first points in UMA history, and something for the fans to cheer about here in Ogden tonight as Thunderbirds are on the board here in the second half.
If I was the Thunderbird coach, I'd be taking a look at number 33, the only senior on the roster, Connor Walton, who's had a couple of nice receptions and a kickoff return for a touchdown, and see if you can get the ball in his hands a little bit more.
So Monticello will be receiving a kick for the first time this season. We'll see if the Buckaroos want to give their varsity kick return team one rep, or if they're going to have the underclassmen continue to play the second half. It looks like it'll be the latter. As
Noah Diltz, Avery Hedrick, Ronnie Harris, Dalton Adams on the line. Back in the backfield will be Bean Rogers.
Arturo's Gutierrez is back deep for the Buckaroos at about the 15-yard line. Here's the kick, and it will go deep, and he'll field it
at the 15.
Now to the 30, and he'll be tackled there. A 15-yard return for Arturo. And Monticello will get their first possession of the second half. Again, the score 53 to 6 for the Buckaroos. And first and 10 for Monticello, ball at the 30-yard line.
Cash Young start behind center in the second half.
He's got a running back with him, two receivers on the near side, one on the far side. Don't quite have their numbers. Here's a snap, hand off to that running back.
Cortez, freshman running back. It's going to be a gain of 3.
Going to make it
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Buckaroos.
Well, it's a beautiful setting here. This field in Ogden. Beautiful Wasatch Range in the background.
Yeah, always nice to be on the Wasatch Range. Got some nice mountains, canyons in the background. Second down, it'll be another handoff to Cortez. He'll move it forward another 3 or so yards on second down. Diego Cortez, the freshman, with the pickup. A couple yards, makes it 3rd down and 4 for Monticello. Young in the gun with Cortez. Got two receivers on the far side, one on the near side. He'll hand it off again to Cortez. He'll go and rumble forward. Needed 4, got 5. That's a first down for Monticello. And you got to like the work of the offensive front for the Buckaroos as well. Noah Diltz up on the line for the Buckaroos. Looks like Hedrick in there as well. And it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line for the Buckaroos. Young in the shotgun, gets a snap. And another handoff to Cortez. He's tackled high after a gain of 2.5, nearly 3 yards. I'll say 2 yards on first down, so make it 2nd and 8 for the Buckaroos. Under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, in that same formation, 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Young in the gun, and a hard count is an easy 5 yards for the Buckaroos. 26-50 and 4 on the offensive front for the Buckaroos.
Going the wrong way, buddy.
That's Harris, Hedrick, and Diltz on the offensive front. 5-yard penalty, going to make this a 2nd down and 3 to go. So Cash Young will run the play in for the Buckaroos. And this underclassmen unit getting some good reps in here in the second half. Second and 3. Here's Young with the snap, and he'll hand off to Cortez. Spins out of a tackle. Needed 3 and got 4. So a first down for the Buckaroos. Again, just running the ball, hitting the hole hard, and pushing the UMA Thunderbirds back.
Running repetitions like you would before a game, going through the paces, but you're doing it in live action. This is really good work for this JV squad.
Here's a snap, and it's high. Young's able to pick it up and avoid it being a fumble. And Monticello's going to have their first offensive loss on the game. It's going to be a loss of 1, as the Buckaroos were lucky not to turn that ball over on that fumble.
Yeah, he picked that ball up off the ground real quick and efficiently, but boy, ran right into the defensive lineman there and was wrapped up and dropped for a loss of 1.
So 2nd and 11 for the Buckaroos. Young gets the snap, and this time he'll hand to number 24. Who'll
it's going to be picked up there by Peterson, almost to a first down.
Yeah, Miles Coleman with a run and then drops it, and Skylar Peterson covers it up. Seniors had a couple of nice plays for the Buckaroos. Defensive and heads-up offensive play to fall on the ball there, and it's a big results in a big gain for the Buckaroos. It's going to make it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Coleman ran about 2 yards and fumbled about 8 yards. Really nice heads-up play there by Skylar Peterson. A little bit of confusion on the Buckaroo offense.
Yeah, hard time getting their substitutions in that they want.
Young comes in with the call, so 3rd and a long 1 is what the Buckaroos are facing.
They got to get to the line quick. Young will come up under center, and Monticello's got that power formation. Here's a snap. Young will hand off. And going to be close.
Cortez on the call. Looks like he may, well, it's going to be very close there.
See what the spot is. It's going to be 4th down and, yeah, less than 1. Trying to get to the 38-yard line there at the 38.5-yard line. So 4th and a half yard, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. See if the Buckaroos can convert on their first 4th down attempt of the season.
That power formation. Looks like they're trying to get him to jump. Didn't work. They're going to think about it. Call timeout on the field, and we do stop the clock on a timeout. 1:48 remaining in the third quarter. Buckaroos facing 4th and inches at the Thunderbird 38-yard line.
We'll take a break and be back here on Red Rock 92.
Here at Lisle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lisle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
All right, 1:48 remaining in the third quarter, and that's been the only time the clock has stopped has been for this timeout. Monticello uses here with a 4th and about a half-yard to go. And the Buckaroo underclassmen trying to pick up a first down, keep this drive alive. So the score favors Monticello 53-6. Cash Young, the quarterback for this underclassmen squad. And again, Monticello in this power formation. Here's a snap. They'll hand off to the up back. Coleman is going to keep his legs turning. I love that second effort push by the lineman. 44-26 for the Buckaroos. Dalton Adams along with Hedrick. That's Avery Hedrick again pushing the ball forward and giving the Buckaroos a first down. 1st and 10 at the 35.
Boy, that's
Monticello.
good experience there, you know.
Yep.
Just
you
keep
can't
moving,
replicate
keep
that
moving.
in practice.
Yeah.
You know, the pressure of, all right, I'm in a varsity game. I want to pick up this 4th down. And
we've seen Coleman 3 runs now. He's a hard-charging kid, and Cortez has really looked good too.
As he'll get the ball in the that power formation as the up back, and he'll dive forward for about 3 yards on first down. Got about 65 seconds left in the quarter, and Monticello has held the ball for nearly the entirety of the quarter. UMA returned the opening kickoff of the second quarter for their first touchdown of their program's history. Now the underclassmen for the Buckaroos getting some good experience here in the third quarter. 45 seconds remaining in the third. Ball down at the 32-yard line. Second down, and Young will fake the handoff. Now go off the left side, and he's got a lot of grass in front of him. Cash Young to the end zone for 6.
32-yard touchdown run by Cash Young. Boy, he's been handing it off and faking, and you know I think they've got the defenses. Well, we're going to ignore that, and
yeah,
that'll teach you quick that you cannot ignore the quarterback.
Yeah,
particularly in 8-man football.
Yep. Yeah, lots of open field if you can convert, and Cash Young does, and gives Monticello another score. Makes it 59-6. And what should be nearly the last play. Looks like they did stop the clock. And Monticello's.
Here comes John Lieber. His leg was worn out in that first half between kickoff and extra point attempt, and he gets it.
That one's good. We have 60-6. The scoreboard here has 61, so we'll have to double check our score, but it is a big lead for the Buckaroos as we head into the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
Here at Utah Navajo Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
All right, welcome back. We're ready for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was a 70-yard scoring drive, every last inch of it on the ground. Diego Cortez did a lot of the carrying, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carries. Who else? Well, the touchdown, of course, was Cash Young, who went 32 yards.
Miles Coleman
had 2 carries for 24 yards, or 14 yards, including that really nice 4th and goal, move the pile.
Gutierrez will boot this one. It'll drop at the 20-yard line and be scooped up and go unable to get his foot under him as number 10 gets to the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 for UMA. And again, clock running here in this fourth quarter. So the Thunderbirds get their first offensive possession of the second half. Of course, they had the kick return.
Freshman Davian Tisnato, I think, is going to be behind center. No, here he's coming to talk to the coach.
Maybe he'll get the play.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, the one touchdown on the year for UMA in their program's history, it goes to the senior.
Yeah,
Connor Walton.
And their 2 pass receptions went to the senior, Connor Walton, and he's looked good out there.
Yeah. Again, it's a challenge being a new program, and like you say, and then mostly underclassmen. But UMA is not shied away from it. And here they are, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's a snap, and it will be a pass across the middle. It'll fall incomplete.
Tempted to Keaton Spire.
Skylar Peterson close there on the defense.
A few new players who do not show up on our roster out on the field for the Buckaroos, as you can imagine, with a 55-point lead, 54-point lead. Everyone's getting a chance to play.
Yep.
You know, both of these squads look about the similar size of not only numbers, but the size of the players too. But the efficiency of the Buckaroos, the awareness of their offensive schemes, their defensive intensity has made all the difference so far.
2nd and 10 for the Thunderbirds. Here's a snap, looking to pass. Throw is going to be just a bit short. And Walton didn't quite go for that ball like I think the coaches wanted him to.
Zayden Tibbetts, Arturo Gutierrez in on the closest on defense there. Dalton Adams checks in for the Buckaroos. Got a lot of underclassmen out there having some good experience. Avery Hedrick and several that we don't have the names.
9:30 remaining in the game. Here's a snap. UMA looking to pass. They'll load up and throw. Pass is well short of any intended receiver. Good pressure coming from the Buckaroos. It's going to make it 9 minutes to go. I think that's should be 4th down. Yeah.
Yeah, 4th and 10. It's been 3 incompletions.
Yeah, no run attempts by the Thunderbirds in this second half yet.
They're lined up to go for it. 3rd and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's a snap, looking to pass.
Ball is
Big
up.
throw, and it's going to be caught.
Oh.
And they're off to the races. Can Monticello track them down?
I don't think so. Really nice speed there. Number 35, Keaton Spear, is on the receiving end of a pass from Davian Tisnato. And that's going to go 75 yards to a touchdown.
Thunderbirds scored once in the 3rd quarter, once in the 4th quarter. And they're getting a good taste of 8-man football.
Yeah.
You get in the open space and get behind the defense, and you can go for big gains, and the Thunderbirds did just that.
He had good speed once he caught that ball, too.
Yeah.
Keaton Spear, the sophomore.
Yeah, Diego Cortez was right on his heels, not quite able to track him down. And UMA gets in for 6. And they'll go for 2. And they'll run it. And going to be held short. Looks like number 44 in on the
Dalton
tackle for
Adams.
the Buckaroos.
Got him
along
just
with,
short of the line, so.
I think that's also Skylar Peterson helping in on that tackle. So they were able to stop the 2-point conversion. Score is 60-12. Favors the Buckaroos.
Well, we have a transition. Can I give some more?
Yeah, please.
We'd like to thank our sponsors who go out of the way to help their kids and your kids, and they would appreciate you to go out of your way to support them. They include Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the landscape and the quality of life in the rural Intermountain West. Four Corners Regional Care Center, a skilled nursing and rehabilitation facility in Blanding in a comfortable, caring setting. Crowley Construction, dirt work, road construction, driveways, any job, big or small, give Crowley Construction a call. Covering all of San Juan County for your carpet and flooring needs is Creative Floors. Primary Residential Motors can structure the best deal for you with 30 years of experience and know-how. Napa Motor Parts has everything you need at their stores in Monticello and Blanding. Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of local sports and a great start for your kids. And Pick a Stitch Embroidery and Apparel, a wide variety of quality products, and they can customize and personalize them all. And finally, Dependable Auto. Brad Stoddard and his crew can get the job done at Dependable Auto Repair in Monticello. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, thanks for those sponsors. You know, Monticello's underclassmen, they're getting a great opportunity in the second half, getting some live looks. And, of course, there's 2 Utah military academies in Utah. There's also one in Camp Williams in Lehigh. Monticello is going to be there tomorrow morning. We won't be broadcasting it as it's a JV game, but these underclassmen will get to visit Lehigh and Camp Williams. Of course, Monticello has a connection to Camp Williams. There's a barracks there named after Monticello's own Aaron Butler, who's killed in action in Afghanistan.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
Yep, and there's a barracks there named at Camp Williams after Aaron Butler, so I'm sure that'll come up tomorrow and be a nice opportunity again for the Buckaroos to visit the sister school of the UMA Hillfield Thunderbirds. They'll be playing Camp Williams tomorrow, and so these underclassmen will get another opportunity to play, and they'll also probably learn a little bit about Monticello's own Aaron Butler. Nice return from Miles Coleman across to the 46-yard line.
46 of Utah Military Academy. So crossed midfield, about a 20-yard return for Miles.
4:30 remaining in the game. And Monticello will get another possession. And the clock again running live, and we'll be done with this game in about 4 minutes, 20 seconds real time.
Yeah.
Unless we have some timeouts called.
And the sun is beginning to set, so it's a race against the sun.
Yeah, they have turned the lights on, it looks like, but they won't get a whole lot of use. So Monticello's going to open up the season 1-0 against UMA. Of course, 4 minutes still remaining in this one. Here's Cash Young, gets the handoff and pulls it away as Cortez is tackled as Young pulls the ball away, and he'll step out of bounds after picking up 12 yards.
Boy, that was a nice play there. Utah Military Academy really wasn't set defensively, and so they all just rushed in as like a blitz, and they converged on Cortez, and so Cash
pulled the ball out.
He pulled the ball out and went around and got 12 yards and a first down.
Yeah, you got to like that RPO offense for the Buckaroos, and that's part of that option is whether you give the ball up, and good read by Young to take the ball himself outside for 12 yards. 1st and 10, and Young will hand the ball off, and short gain. So the up back will take it about 2 yards. I believe that's Coleman.
That's Coleman once again. It is a short gain that went 3 yards. Move that pile.
2nd down and 7 coming for the Buckaroos. And Young will come up under center. Again, they're in that power formation, looking to give the underclassmen a look and also burn some clock as Coleman pounds for it again for another, what did you say, 2.5 yards there?
Yeah, let's call it 2, so it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 coming for the Buckaroos. Ball at the 31-yard line, 31 yards out from adding on to the score. Favors Monticello 60-12 here in the final minutes of the game.
You know, Coach Anderson mentioned that he wants to make sure Cash doesn't get hurt in the way he went out of bounds.
Well, a pass out in the flat is caught, but going to be pushed back. Cash Young.
Zayden Tibbetts is the receiver there.
Yeah, and he did a nice job pulling the pass down, but then got shoved back for a loss. It's going to make it 4th down. And 90 seconds remaining in the game, so UMA really wants to get a stop here and give their offense one more look in this second half.
4th and 7, got the call. Minute 13 remaining. Looks like the sun won the race. The sun has set. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. It's cloudy back there.
2 backs next to Young on either side, and he'll do a quick punt. This one is going to fall, and ball is going to be stopped.
Right at the 10-yard line, it looks like. Yeah, so that's a 24-yard punt. Good quick punt.
And the clock is running with 40 seconds remaining in the game. As UMA brings its offense on the field, they may get one play off unless they burn a timeout. $20 seconds. UMA will be lucky to get one play out before this game comes to a close.
I don't think they're going to make it. They break huddle with 13 seconds left. This will be it. Last play. I would throw it long, but you better hurry.
Here's a snap, and the quarterback steps up to avoid pressure. Looks to face mask, or excuse me, to face guard another player, and
Arturo Gutierrez.
Arturo
is going to be 60-12. Big win for the Buckaroos, a nice first game for Utah Military Academy. Boy, there's nothing like that first game you ever play. You'll remember that the rest of your life. And quite often they don't turn out like you hope, but you learn some important lessons.
Yep. So it's been a good open of the season for the Buckaroos. So they walk out with a victory tonight over UMA Thunderbirds in their first ever 8-man game. You hear the home crowd cheering them on as, again, they recognize it's a lot of work to get a football program up and running, and UMA's doing just that. Scored 2 touchdowns in the second half and had a defensive stop, so they got to feel good about that. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with final stats from this one and close it out. Again, you're listening to Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.live.
In 1957, Lyle and Clea Johnson founded Lyle Northern Electric. What began as a small business in their family home has grown into the prominent local company it is today, a third-generation owned and operated company. Lyle Northern Electric is honored to have served the people of San Juan County for the past 65 years and is a proud supporter of high school sports.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance your home or property? Ask for the professionals at Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency. Anderson Oliver Title has provided title insurance and real estate closing services in San Juan and Grand counties for 25 years. Anderson Oliver Title isn't just another out-of-town company. It's the only locally owned and operated title company in southeastern Utah. The owners and employees at Anderson Oliver Title are excited to support our communities and are proud to support high school athletics and activities.
TaylorMade Wooden Heritage is the Four Corners source for high-quality, beautiful, and long-lasting custom residential and commercial cabinetry for over 50 years. TaylorMade Monuments designs custom monuments and headstones crafted with care and artistry to honor your loved ones for generations. TaylorMade is family-owned and operated and offers competitive pricing. Call them today for a free quote. 435-678-2523. TaylorMade Wooden Heritage and TaylorMade Monuments, proud sponsors of San Juan High School sports.
All right, we welcome you back to the Spence Eccles Ogden Community Sports Complex. As this has been the first game, excited for the first game of the Monticello Buckaroos this season, first game ever for UMA Hillfield, and Monticello gets the win 60-12 over the Thunderbirds and starts the season 1-0.
Yeah, they start the season 1-0 against an opponent that's never played before. Got one more week. Next Friday, 7 o'clock in Monticello. The Buckaroos and the Rich Rebels will recreate the state championship game from last fall. So everything that we saw today, which is an opponent that's never played before, they don't have all the, there's 1,000,001 details that you have to work through, and they obviously haven't yet. But they're going to face an experienced, deep, talented team with a lot of returners from that state championship team from Rich. So that's going to be a fun game next Friday in Monticello, 7 p.m. Taking a look at statistics, of course, Carter Rogers was the story. He caught 3 passes for 60 yards and 3 touchdowns. Returned a punt, 57 yards to a touchdown. Had an interception. Really great game for Carter. He was not tackled in the game. Tavin Black had 2 carries for 102 yards.
3 carries.
3 carries. Yeah, that's right. I keep that one. That was only a 24-yard carry. So he had 3 carries for 2 touchdowns and 126 yards rushing for Tavin. Tommy Morrison had 1 catch for a touchdown and 21 yards. Jackson Kais completed 3 of 5 passes for 91 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cash Young completed 2 of 2 passes for 17 yards and a touchdown. And in addition, Cash had a running score in the second half, a 12-yard scamper. It was the final score of the game for the Buckaroos. Really nice game for the Monticello Buckaroos. They looked good offensively and defensively. Had a running clock in the second half. In the second half, Utah Military Academy found some success. The kickoff return to open the second half, all the way to the end zone for their only senior on the roster, and then they completed really a nice 70-yard touchdown pass. It was on 4th down. Their most success was going for it on fourth down. 70-yard touchdown pass all the way into the end zone for number 35, Keaton Spear. So anyway, the final score of this one, 60-12, a win for the Buckaroos. Instead of jumping on the bus and going home and getting home at 3 in the morning, they're spending the night because they have a game tomorrow against the other Utah Military Academy,
Camp
Williams. And so that's going to be midday. We're not going to cover that. It's not a full varsity.
It's not a varsity game. Yeah, there'll be again another opportunity for the underclassmen to play against Camp Williams. So if you're up in the Wasatch Front, you'll have another game you can watch tomorrow. We won't be able to broadcast it tomorrow, but should be a good start for the Buckaroos. And again, next week in Monticello, the home opener against the returning 8-man state champions, rematch of that state championship game, the Rich Rebels coming to town. What should be a good game. Once again, it's been Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92. Appreciate you tuning in. Want to thank our sponsors by name one final time, and then we'll close it out. Our sponsors for this evening and for the season include Primary Residential Mortgage, Pick-A-Stitch, Napa Motor Parts, Jones & DeMille, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Flights Gymnastics, Dependable Auto Repair, Crowley Construction, Creative Floors, Lyle Northern Electric, San Juan Counseling, San Juan School District CTE Program, San Juan Credit Union, Utah Navajo Health Systems, and San Juan Mortuary. Also thanks to Anderson Oliver Title, Blue Mountain Foods, Desert Rivers Credit Union, Emory Telecom, Empire Electric, San Juan Building Supply, Four Corners Homes, Chris Black Agency, Lee Contracting, Precision Rehab, Red's Ace Hardware, San Juan Building Supply, San Juan Health, San Juan School District Adult Ed Programs, TaylorMade, and USU Blanding. Once again, thanks for listening this evening. I'm David Boyle for Bill Boyle. Have a